Welcome to day 70 of the Sacred Pause. And a big thank you to Mary Curtis for her beautiful meditation last night. I'd like to apologize if you thought the captain had jumped ship yesterday. As I sat on my phone in the park, and my bottom decided to press the Leave the Sacred Pause button. I promise you, I'm with you for the whole ride. I'd like to start today with a poem. You say you see the gold in the setting sun, shades of grey in the floodlit streets, 6 shades of blue in the ocean's tears, red blood stains on my final tweet. You see the light shine from heaven's door. You see the darkness in your crime. You saw the pain in my human eyes as you forgot you were colorblind. Thank you. Now today we look to Father Sky to try and get an understanding of the energies we're all feeling right now. We're entering eclipse season, and with a whopping 3 eclipses between the 5th of June and the 5th of July, that's 3 in 1 month when there's normally 4 in 1 year. You can only imagine the energies that are arriving on Earth right now. So hold tight. Don't sit on your phones, because they always bring a great intensity with them. And their manifestations on Earth can be seen in the United States right now and in many countries. And these will continue energetically for the next 5 weeks. We have the background of the transiting nodal axis moving into Gemini and Sagittarius, which in simple terms means there'll be a lot of information coming through to us in this period. And it's so important that we stay open to this. You'll probably find that you're feeling a little bit torn right now. And that's because of a combination of the Gemini aspect and the Venus retrograde, which essentially means going back over and reassessing what we really want in life. You see, Gemini puts us in 2 minds, but then if you add the Venus retrograde into the pot, you get this additional clash of 2 minds from Gemini and the heart in every choice we make. And this can make us feel somewhere in between the 2 or the 3. And it can be a strange feeling. The good news is that you'll also get the canvas of being very creative during this week. So a really big opportunity to create something you've always been dreaming of. Particularly because Venus is square to Neptune in Pisces right now. But please just be aware that between moments of clarity there'll be spells of great confusion where your feelings truly lie because of this tug of war between the heart and the mind. So what I strongly advise you to try and do, and you've heard me say this many times before, is to step into those eagle eyes, because ultimately it's your heart which should lead you forward. Sometimes those doubts may feel that it's you. And the darkness may even feel like it's sweeping over you, but probably it's the energies which are being created by this combination of the retrograde and the eclipse. So just be aware of that. And if you have that awareness, it means that you don't engage immediately. So as the sun takes over a square to Neptune next week, you'll also find yourself asking, what is true and what is not? And you'll ask that for a number of months because the nodes are in Gemini and Sagittarius until January 2022. But just remember, Sagittarius represents the truth, and Gemini is all the facts which are coming into us, which we're staying open to. My brothers and sisters, in these testing times, let's try to become the witness on all things. Let's try and become the observer, rather than leaping in and getting too caught up in one narrative or an argument which might trigger you, when deep down you know that it doesn't feel like the authentic you. Oftentimes, this feeling belongs to our old tribal values, which can serve us, but can only offer limited wisdom, because that's from the past. And what you've grown into is this powerful, powerful soul with an open mind, which is available to so much more rich information and beauty. Of course, your human habits and conditioning are born from that serpent energy in your lower chakras. Just listen to the medicine. I'm not saying it's always negative, because it's not. There's a lot we can still glean from that. But often we can feel if it's fear-based. And that's usually if we become defensive or we act impulsively rather than intuitively. In retrogrades, honor your natural chrysalis, your intuition. Go inwards first as your reference point, rather than leaping out and saying something and maybe regretting it afterwards. And I don't want to go into any details about individual events that have happened in the world, but if we see from Eagle or Satellite, unfortunately the police officer who took the life of that beautiful soul of George Floyd, well, he went outwards first. He let his anger win. And from that satellite point of view, where we're all one, he essentially killed himself. Because we're all brothers and sisters, united in one beautiful energy. Let's send some love to George Floyd. Our meditational magician, Mary Curtis, will tonight do the meditation on how we can differentiate the feeling of our heart from that feeling which comes from the mind. Because in times of stress and challenge, it can be very easy to confuse them. Please send great healing to the United States of America that needs our love and our healing right now. To all the trees on our sacred planet, and to Pachamama herself for reminding us just how beautiful she can be. Please also send healing to our sister Lauren, who's in Chicago, and she lives in a district where there are great uprisings right now and needs our love. Please also send great love to our sister Dana, who has lost the power to speak and needs us to send some love to her throat. She got some great wisdom from many people on this forum about how she can help that. Keep that wisdom flowing. Please send great love to the city of New York as well, which is currently in a state of confusion. And we send great peace to all the cities across the United States and everywhere in the world, wherever there is any kind of uprising. As I mentioned before, please send healing to the soul of George Floyd and to any soul who's lost their life just for the colour of their skin. And finally, please send great love and healing to our dear brother Jeffrey, who needs our love right now. We love you, Jeffrey. Thank you for being you. The revolution has begun. Let's evolve with honour and peace. Yours in peace and love, Peter. Namaste.